Good morning, everybody. We are here today at Mammoth Cave National Park, and we are with Ranger Jonathan, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the wildlife that you can find here and some of the animals that they have here in the park and down in Mammoth Cave. So I'll turn it over to him.
All right, thank you so much. All right, well, firstly and foremost, thank you so much for coming all the way from Muhlenberg County to visit us here today at the lovely Mammoth Cave National Park. My name's Ranger Jonathan. I'm an education technician here at Mammoth Cave, which means I'm a park ranger that does more school-related things, school groups and things of that nature. And so where we're standing today is a very important piece of Mammoth Cave National Park's ecosystem, I guess you could say. We're at a wetland, and behind us here, this is actually Sloan's Pond. Now, with these different ecosystems, there are different animals that are inside or living on the surface or around these ecosystems. Such animals in this area might spend half of their life in the water and half of their life on the surface, like salamanders, amphibians, things of that nature. We also have water snakes as well. We have a northern water snake back there. We got a wonderful friend behind us that, due to human behavior, is conditioned to come a little bit closer, but we have to remember to kind of keep our distance from these animals. On a sunnier day, as the sun's coming out right now, you can see different species of frogs. And these animals, if they are active in the day, we refer to them as diurnal. Now, kind of a side note for different types of animals, some animals are kind of like me. When the sun isn't at its most powerful, like in the mornings and in the evenings, when there's just a little bit left, we call these animals crepuscular. And if it turns into night, there are some animals that function and flourish best at nighttime. We refer to these animals as nocturnal. And so here behind me, just looking at this ecosystem, this wetland, this place lights up at night. I should say it sounds up. There's a lot of different noises that we can hear and even see by the moonlight. Behind me is a scene of one of the most beautiful and majestic nocturnal symphonies. Bats, a nocturnal animal, active at night, will swoop down using echolocation, which is sensory-based, throwing sound off and navigating with that sound to eat delicious M&Ms. Sounds pretty good, right? M&Ms? Well, those M&Ms are moths and mosquitoes. Yummy. I'll have a second helping, please. Also, other animals here that illuminate or kind of share the nighttime experience are different species of frogs and toads. You can hear them making all kinds of noise, and sometimes it's so loud that you might not even be able to hear the cars going down. So this is a wonderful place to be at night. Other ecosystems in the park, fresh water, and of course, Mammoth Cave. We have about 160 different species of animals inside Mammoth Cave. Some of them also share time with the cave and with the surface. We also have about 45 mammals, kind of like us, spending their time on the surface and doing things of that nature. A collection of different birds, reptiles, and amphibians, and even, if we can imagine, some animals start their life cycles along the banks of the Sloan's Pond area. We call these animals macroinvertebrates. They're small, but we can still kind of see them, and they're invertebrates, meaning they don't have a backbone. This is a collection of a lot of different life cycles and just one example of an ecosystem found here at Mammoth Cave National Park. All right, hello and welcome to the historic entrance of Mammoth Cave National Park. Right over there you can hear a waterfall, and you would see a collapsed sinkhole that grants entry to a really cool area that the historic tour and other various tours enter through. But in order for us to be compliant, we have to walk over these mats that are situated behind me at the end of our cave tour. These mats have water and woolite. There's a reason for that. You see, Mammoth Cave has a disease called white nose syndrome. White nose syndrome is a disease or a fungus that affects bat populations. In fact, 80 to 90% of bats populations of some have been reduced. And so we don't want that. Sharing is not caring in this instance. So what we do, let me tell you a little bit about white nose syndrome. Imagine this. Imagine having a really big dinner of delicious things. Moths, mosquitoes, yummy. As you eat that, you want to take a big old nap. In fact, you might do a little hibernation. Maybe not a true hibernation, but a nice long nap. Due to this white nose syndrome, these fungal spores get on soft areas of the bat, causing an irritant. They burn through their energy reserves, and by the time they can try to get out to get more food, they don't have the energy and eventually die. That is a reality of it. This is a disease that has made its way over from Europe that bats here haven't had time to adjust to since, I would say, the early 2000s. So again, sharing is not caring. And when you come here, please make sure you walk across these white-nosed bat mats with water and woolite so you don't share with other cave systems that might not have this destructive disease.
All right, guys, well, like we said at the beginning, this is Mammoth Cave National Park, and we really want to thank the park and Ranger Jonathan for meeting with us today and letting us record this. So, is there anything that you would like to say?
I just wanted to thank you all so much for coming to a place that means so much to me and so many other people. Without you coming in and visiting and checking out our trails, we don't have a job, and we don't have as much fun. So I want to thank you all so much for being with us today. We look forward to seeing you, and until next time, I hope you all keep reading and rocking and rolling. Peace.